Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Parks Department Field number 2 for game number 11 here with your Mighty Fishes, facing off this time against the Blue Bombers. Your Mighty Fish 7-3 on the year, coming off of a pretty bad loss to end a pretty good win streak, a 6-game win streak there. Leaves us at 7-3 on the year, in first place still by a game. The Blue Bombers are fighting their way back up to the top of the league, 5-5 on the year, tied for 4th, but only 2 back of 1st. So we'll see what they can do with that there. Let's get started here today. Kenny Kawaguchi on the mound, as always today. 58 Ks on the year for him, with a 2.36 ERA, so pretty good for him there. As Liz Kinghorn comes up, takes strike 1 there on the outside corner. Kinghorn, a 103 batting average today. A tough year for her. One of the leaders as she takes a ball there on her team in strikeouts with 11 on the year. Only 3 hits, but one of those a home run, so definitely a dangerous bat in some capacity. Strike 2 in there. Kenny throws that changeup right on the corner. And the 1-2 pitch to Kinghorn is taken for strike 3. And there is one down here. Strikeout number 59 of the year for Kenny, first of the day. And now Wally Evans takes the bat here, playing shortstop for the Bombers. Wally Evans, not much of a hitter either, a 181 average. 9 Ks, and also a home run. Something we have learned about this team here, the Bombers, is that while they, as he swings through strike 2, while they don't necessarily get hits, they do a great job getting defense and can hit the ball out as he hits that one high and deep to center field. And as I was just talking, Wally Evans gets his second homer of the season, tying him for the team high there on the Bombers at 2. And the Bombers take a 1-0 lead. And Kenny's struggles from last game seem to continue on this game. Pitched the majority of this season so far for the Fish, but we might have to bring someone in relief, potentially an Ernie Steele, as he also has thrown an inning or 2 this year. And now Timmy Unger up for number 3, their left fielder. One of their better hitters in the lineup, 307, as he puts down a bunt right back to Kenny, who picks it up and throws him out at first. The ground out there for Unger puts the second out of the inning, and will bring up their third batter in their lineup, which will be Isaac Drummond, or rather fourth batter in their lineup. The right fielder today spent a lot of time on the mound. Or a little bit of time on the mound, I should say. He bats 160, and he hits that one on a line to right center. Pete Wheeler going back, and it's off the wall. And that'll get in for a single and a base hit for Drummond. Ups that batting average a little bit. He definitely needed it. That was his 5th hit of the season, Drummond. And the Bombers have another base runner now, with Molly May coming up to the plate. Potentially the hitter with the worst batting average in all of the backyard baseball league, as she hits that high to right center. Pete Wheeler over, can't make the play, throws it into second, and he's safe there. Base hit for Molly May, potentially putting her over 100 on the year. 2 hits for her and 10 Ks. And now 2 on with 2 outs for Diana Hayes on the mound today. The pitcher batting 5th. She has thrown 19 innings so far for the Bombers. She hits that one on a line just past Ernie. Pete picks it up, throws it into second, and dropped by Dante. Not enough, and that'll be a base hit. And the bases are loaded. Unfortunate set of circumstances for Kenny there. Now Lena up. Lena Eng, the first baseman. Not necessarily the one you want to see up here. She has 9 hits, 2 doubles, and a home run so far this season. But she lays down a bunt right to Kenny, who throws it to first and gets the out there. Interesting tactics there, as they get through 6 batters in the first inning on Kenny, who gives up a run on a solo shot to Wally Evans in the second at-bat of the game, but gets out of it without any more trouble there. We go to the bottom half of the first. Pete Wheeler leading off. One of the better hitters in the league for batting average. 20 hits on the year. 19 of those singles.
What am I supposed to do?
You can imagine he's a bunt expert. 9 stolen bases as well to go with those 20 hits, as he fouls off that bunt. And now the 0-1 pitch. And he puts it down. Gets it right in front, and pitcher not in time there. Diana Hayes cannot get him, and he has a base hit. That brings up Ernie Steele. The bat 9 Ks on the year leads the team, as he's a .342 hitter. 0 for 0 today. We'll see if he can make it through this game without a strikeout, as Hayes pitches in. Off speed, taken for a strike. Pete on his way to second, just makes it into the stolen base. Good call there from the Fish to move him over. And the pitch in is a liner to the left side, picked up by the shortstop. Throws second, but Pete isn't going. Oh, and she tries to get him to first, but not in time. The error allows Ernie Steele to get on first with a base hit of sorts. I guess they expected Pete to be on the move there. He decided to stay. And now, 2 on, no outs, a good start. One of the best situations Pablo has been in to start a game. The pitch in here, fastball outside for a ball. Diana Hayes, 4.1 ERA on the year for her in 19 innings of work. The pitch on the outside corner taken for strike 1. A 1-1 count now on Pablo, a .555 hitter on the year. Another one of the better batting averages, as he hits that one on a line straight to second, picked up by the second baseman, throws to second, gets one, and will hold off from trying to get Pablo there. Fielder's choice for Pablo. Moves the runner over. So now Jocinda Smith batting here. A .382 hitter, has been better and better every game. Can hit with some power, but has struggled in other senses. The pitch in here. Liner right side, just foul. Pablo is on the move there, which seemed to be more of a hit and run kind of call rather than a just straight up steal, as that's hit to right. That's going high and deep, caught there and thrown to first. Gets by, and Pete Wheeler tries to score and can make it. A fly out for Jocinda Smith leads to a run to tie the game, as Pete Wheeler makes it on that slight passed ball there. That brings up Ashley Weber, a .482 hitter. A fun fact about her here is that on the plate, she hits that one to the right side. I'll give you that fun fact later, as we'll see if she can get on first. Just misses it. A ground out there. And I will tell you her fun fact next time she comes up, as that will end the inning there. Similarly to that top of the first, the Fish get one, but no more, while they were threatening, as Chris Milton comes to the plate, the 7th hitter, I believe, as he is behind the plate today, a .320 hitter overall. The slow ball comes in for strike 1. Chris also one of their main pitchers on this team, as he's thrown 21 innings compared to 19 of the other one. Ernie makes the play at short, throws to first and gets the ground out there. So a good play there. Gets Milton, and now Jordan Forner comes up, and he'll be the 9th place hitter So I don't know where I went wrong in that counting. But Jordan Thorner up now. 5 hits and 5 Ks. Leads the team in home runs with 2. Has that tie going for him there. But a 250 hitter nonetheless. 5 hits, 5 Ks. Looking for number 6 as he hits that one a high chopper. Back to Kenny, who gets the out there, ground out. And a better start to this inning than the last one, that's for sure. As we get 2 quick outs, and that should bring up Liz Keenhorn back, the center fielder. Struck out looking in her first pitch, or in her first at bat. Drops her average down to 100 or 12th K. Looking for hit number 4 and potentially for her home run number 2 as she attempts a bunt there, but no dice. The 0-1 pitch from Kenny, number 18 of the game, fouls back for strike 2. Kenny now. The 0-2 pitch to Kinghorn. Swing and a foul. And a good pitch there, just no dice there. 0-2 again. Fastball hit high in the air to right or left field. Pablo makes the play. What a catch by Pablo. Man who struggled in the field before, but makes the play there. And that'll end the inning for the Bombers. A quick 1-2-3 for Kenny. A good comeback from that top of the first. And we go to the bottom of the second in a 1-1 tie. Brings up Sydney Weber now. Sydney, 571, leads the league in batting average. The whole league, for that matter. As the pitch comes in and she swings through strike 1. Sydney here, 16 hits on the year. As she hits that one on a line to the right side, right to the second baseman. Throws the first, who can't make the play, and Sydney will be safe there on the air. And now that she is finished, I will say very, not to jinx her, she's the only one on the team with no strikeouts. Kenny now, up to bat against Diana Hayes. Kenny, a 458 hitter now. Hits that one just foul. Kenny, with 11 hits on the year, leads the team in walks, funny enough, with 3. One of 2 players to hit to walk this year. And he has 3 of them. 2 of them, I believe, from last game. The 0-2 to Kenny. The pitch in. That's hit in the air. Left field, going back to the wall, and it's caught at the fence for an out. Sydney gets herself back to first as Kenny flies out there. Well, that'll be the first out of the inning. Dante Robinson comes up with a 407 average, which can be a little surprising seeing that he is second on the team in strikeouts with 8. Only behind Ernie. There's he hits that one on the ground. Right past the mound. Picked up by the second baseman. Thrown to second. Will get Sydney at second, but cannot get Dante at first. A fielder's choice there. Probably ruled a hit in his direction. We'll bring up Tony Delvecchio here. A 9-hit player for a 360 average on the year. Only 3 Ks, so he likes to put the ball in play. Speaking of walks, he's the only other player in the league to walk, as Dante takes second with a stolen base. One of the few fish to really steal bases. Him, Kenny, and Pete Wheeler, the few. And that's on a line. Through the infield and into center. Dante on his way to third as Tony gets in there with a single. And that brings up Pete Wheeler back up for the second time today. So far, a base hit for him.
I'm gonna hit a touchdown.
And we'll see what he can do here with 2 down. And the pitch in, a ball taken there. Tony thought about going there. Tony not the fastest runner, so it makes sense to put him in motion for Pete Wheeler here. And this pitch in. Bunt down. Dante thinking about it. They throw to second and somehow get Tony. What an interesting play there. And bad luck for the Fish, as it looked like they had everything they needed going for them there, but just couldn't get it solidified there. And we go to the top of the third. Brings up Wally Evans batting second here. The one run from the Bombers came from this man, his second home run of the year to tie their team record on the season, as he hits that one high to right field, and Tony is there to make the play. Fly out there to Tony, and out Timmy Unger now batting third on the game. Timmy Unger 0 for 1 today, down to 296 as they're swinging for the fences this game, as Pete Wheeler gets that one off the fence. Just barely missed that, and that'll get in there for a base hit for Timmy Unger. And now Isaac Drummond batting fourth on the game, the right fielder. A base hit for him earlier in this game, as he takes a ball on the outside. That one looked a little close to me, but nonetheless a 1-0 count. The pitch here, swing through for strike one. 1-1 on Isaac Drummond. Drummond has what I'd like to call the cycle of hits so far this season. He has 2 singles as he hits that on the ground just past Kenny, picked up by Ernie, and they're going to go to first to get that out there. Could have gone for the double play, but just got by Kenny on the mound, but they'll get one. So I was saying Drummond is what I'd like to call the cycle of hits, in the way that he has a single, double, triple, and home run so far in the season, and now 2 after that first at bat. Molly May up now, a single for her to start, up to average to 103 as she puts down a bunt attempt. Kenny over to it, throws to first and gets the out, and that would be out number 3. As a ground out there ends the Bombers inning there. A little bit of damage there on a single, but nothing really too crazy, as it was hit to the wall there. Brings up Ernie Steele now at the start of the Fish's half of the inning. Ernie with a single to start this game, upping his average a bit. What could have been ruled an error turned into a single for him as he pops up the first pitch to center field. That'll get down and go all the way to the wall. And Ernie will think about second, but will hold there. Probably could have made it if he knew where the throw was going, but couldn't predict that that one was going to go to third of all places. That puts a man on for the man of the hour, Pablo Sanchez. A single on what could have been considered a fielder's choice. Puts him 1 for 1 on the day. Pablo leads the team in home runs at 6 and second in the league, behind player with 9, which is 9 home runs in 9 games is pretty impressive. Pablo is only human, although sometimes it doesn't seem that way, as he hits that one on a short line to right. Will get by the second baseman. Will Steele make it to second? Not in time. What a slow runner that Steele is, really. Well, bring up Jocinda Smith. 0 for 1 today, fielder's choice in her first at bat. The only other player on the team to hit a home run, as she hits that one on a line to left. And that will get almost to the wall, but will be caught by the left fielder there, Timmy Unger, for a line out. And now 2 down after a promising start brings up Ashley Weber. Fun fact about Ashley, I'll get back around to that after last time up. 2 triples, the only player on the team with a triple, and she's got 2 of them. So fun fact there, 14 of her hits there, with 2 of them being triples. But she is 0 for 1 today, as she takes ball 2, ground out in the second inning, or the first rather. The pitch here, the 2-0 hit, line to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. and go all the way to the wall. Pablo in to third. And Sydney thought about second, but will hold off. Ashley, rather, thought about second, but will hold off there with a single. And they have life going here for the Fish as now Sydney steps up. 16 hits, 1 for 1 today with a single. And looking to get the game-leading run in for these Fish as Hayes throws ball 1 on the outside. The farther along in this game we get, the wilder Hayes seems to have become, throwing a lot of pitches generally on the outside and away from the hitters as she throws strike 1 there. But getting these counts running a bit more as she is officially reaching 30 pitches on the game so far. She throws ball 2 there, 2-1 count. Getting high for a pitch count in this league as the off-speed comes in, and Sydney hits that one on a line to left field, but it is caught for out number 3. A line out and 2 left on base has been the story for the Fish these past couple games, leaving runners on, as we are another game where the hit total is reaching double digits, but the run total is only at a couple. Brings up Diana Hayes, the pitcher. A 409 hitter, hit a single on her first at bat. She hits that one over to the right side, but right to Dante for a line out there. 7th hitter now, Lena Ang, a ground out in her first at bat. First pitch here coming in, and that's hit on a line to deep left field. Pablo over, dives, and makes the catch. And 2 back-to-back lineouts and 2 great plays. Brings up Chris Milton, the 8th place hitter, 0 for 1 with a ground out. And we are seeing defense that we have not seen all year from this team. And what a time to be putting it together as we are reaching the conclusion of this season here soon. And that's hit on a line. That one to center field. Pete Wheeler will be over to get it. And will not get the guy at first. That was a lot closer than it probably should have been, but a single for Milton. A good relay there as Pete got that into Dante quickly, and Dante over to Jocinda at first. But the inning continues here with Jordan Thorner out now, a ground out in his first at bats. Still tied for the team lead in home runs though with 2, so still a dangerous hitter nonetheless, as he takes strike 1 on the inside corner. The 0-1 pitch 32 for Kenny, is hit on a line to left field. Pablo over, can't make the play. The throw into second, can they get Forner there? And they just get him. A base hit turned bad as Milton gets him at second. Ernie Steele with the play there. Pablo, good recovery after that tough play. But it takes us to the bottom of the 4th. Tied at 1, a close game. Kenny Kawaguchi up now. Fly out in his first at bat. One of those pitchers who likes to hit for power, regardless of if it's, the right choice. The pitch in here. Off speed, hit to the right side. Second baseman, they're up and over to first for the out. Ground out of Kenny. That was Molly May over to Lena Ang. Now Dante comes up. A base hit in his first at bat. Another could be considered fielder's choice, but is ruled as a single, as a fastball comes in on the outside for ball 1. 1-0 count here for Dante, the second baseman for the Fish, as he takes ball 2. This is the Diana Hayes special, getting a more hitter advantageous count just to get them out, as Dante puts a low roller back to Hayes, throws over to Ang at first and gets the out. Little ground out there. Puts 2 down in the inning for Tony Del Vecchio, a base hit for him. Gives him his 10th hit of the year for him. So congratulations to Tony there, up to average to 384. First pitch in, fouled back for strike 1. Pitch 36 for Hayes. Coming up on pitch 37 here on this 0-1 count. And fouled off again by Tony. 2 quick strikes for him. Puts him in the hole 0-2. We'll see if he can do anything here. On pitch number 3 as he hits that liner, just fouled and out of play down the left field line there. And we do it again as the 3rd pitch comes in, ground ball right in front of the plate. You got to think Hayes will pick that up and get him at first, which she does. 3 straight groundouts in the inning, but a long at bat there. Puts Hayes just about at 40 pitches through 4. And we go to the top of the 5th inning as this game continues to fly by. And we are back at the top of the lineup for the Bombers as Liz Kinghorn steps up today. Average has dropped below 100 after a strikeout and a flyout. Puts her 0-2 on the game as Kenny throws strike 1 there. Bunt attempt on pitch number 2. Hit right back to Kenny. Throws to first and will get further on a ground out. Now 3rd time through the lineup here. Something to point out for Kenny. Kind of a comeback from his big performance last game where he gave up plenty of runs as Wally Evans steps up to the plate. But a fun combo here, only allowing 1 runs with only 1 strikeout, which is unusual for Kenny as he is now at 59 strikeouts, 58 coming into this game. Has him 2 strikes on Wally Evans here, who hits that one high and deep. And just as I start talking about Kenny, Wally Evans hits one out for his 2nd of the game and puts him at a team-leading 3 home runs. And man, is this what the Bombers do best, as Wally Evans trots around the base, show up, score 2 or 3 runs, and only give up 1. And that's been their recipe for success, as they're looking to break the 500 plane for, I believe, the first time of the season. Fun fact for you, they were one of the Mighty Fish's first losses, number 2 on the year, to drop them under 500 for the only time this season as Timmy Unger steps to the plate here. 1 for 2 with a single, takes ball 1. The Mighty Fish lost that game 1-0 to the Bombers, and they're continuing that same kind of stretch now in a 2-1 game, as it is now 1-1. The count. Pitch. Fastball in for a ball. 2-1 count as Kenny just eclipsed 40 pitches. Now looking at 41 in this 5th. Bunt attempt to the right side. Picked up by Kenny and over to first. We'll get the out there on Timmy Unger for out number 2 for a ground out. And so far, a repeat of that 1st inning for Kenny. A ground out, a home run, and another ground out. Brings up Isaac Drummond, who had a single in that 1st inning, which was part of the process to load the bases for them as he takes strike 1. But they only got that 1 run. As now the 0-1 from Kenny in here, hit high in the air. Pete Wheeler over, makes the catch for out number 3. Good defense so far this game for the Fish. But so far, no dice as they continue to be down 2-1, going to the bottom of the 5th. 2 more chances for the Fish to get a run in. But we start with our leadoff hitter for the first time through the 3rd time of the lineup. 1 for 2 today.
What am I supposed to do again?
An interesting predicament for him, where going 1 for 2 actually lowers that average as he takes ball 1 high. Diana Hayes with pitch number 40 there in the bottom of the 5th. Getting up there a little bit as Pete puts down that bunt. Hayes ranges over, picks it up, and throws it over to Unger, but not in time. As Pete gets on base there with another hit, his 22nd of the year, and his 21st single. As Ernie Steele comes up to the plate, 2 singles. So a good game for him so far, ups that average to 375. The first pitch comes in. Off speed. Ernie hits it hard to left field, and that'll get down and roll all the way past him. Not quite to the wall, but Pete Wheeler takes advantage of it and heads over to third. And a 3-hit game for Steele, his first of the year, puts us in a good spot here as that got by the left fielder, Timmy Unger there. Brings up Pablo 2 for 2 with 2 singles for him. And a first and third with no outs puts the Fish in a great spot here to tie up this game, potentially come back. First pitch in, taken for a ball. Ernie Steele thought about second, but will turn around and go right back. They're playing Pablo a little back, and not surprisingly expecting him to hit the ball hard. As Hayes looking for pitch 44, popped up to the right side and caught. Pete Wheeler going to try to score on it and gets in there for the tie game. And a sac fly for Pablo Sanchez ties up this game for the Fishes. At a 2-2 game, and now Jocinda Smith with a chance to do more damage. 0 for 2 on the game so far. A fly out and a line out. Hits that one on a line to the right side. Going, gone! Jocinda Smith with her third of the season puts the Fish back on top by a score of 4-2. And Jocinda Smith, while not being the greatest hitter on this year, always comes through when we need her. And what a game so far for these Fish. Finally able to put some runs on the board in those tough opportunities. Brings up Ashley Weber, 1 for 2 today. Hard line out in her last at bat, but a single in her first keeps her moving here as we are here in the bottom half as she takes ball 1. And Diana Hayes was in control of this game up until this inning and has kind of lost it here. She's given up 3 this inning to the Fish. 1 on a devastating 2-run home run by Jocinda Smith. The pitch in, Ashley, light grounder to the right side, picked up by the first baseman. Foot race to first, just gets her there. And a ground out there. Brings up Sydney Weber. Another 1 for 2 day with a base hit and a line out. Diana Hayes at pitch number 49. Still has that heat going for her. And will hit 50 here, which at the very least will put her 50 through 5 as Sydney swings through strike 2. High pitch count for Hayes. Usually does not make it this far in a game once she gets this high up, as Sydney hits that one to the right side. Picked up at second, throws to first for the out. Hard ground out there. Sydney yet to strike out in a game still. So good play there for her. Molly May over to Ang for that out. Speaking of Molly May, coming up here in the 5th place spot, a single and a ground out. Ups her average to 100 on the year. 10 strikeouts for her to her only 3 hits. And now Kenny all of a sudden has a chance to end this game here. 0-1 to May in a 4-2 game. Pitch 45. Hit on the ground to the right side. Kenny over, makes the play, throws it over to first. And Molly May is out there. And with 1 down, the Fish are 2 outs away from getting through this game, escaping with a win to go 8-3 and extend their lead. Dinah Hayes now the pitcher. 1 for 2 with a single, but can do some damage. Ground ball, first pitch, straight back to Kenny. Throws to Jocinda for the out. And that's 2 quick outs, 2 easy outs. And we'll bring up Lena Ang. And the final chance for these Blue Bombers here in this game. 0 for 2 today. A ground out and a hard line out. The 0-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. An uncharacteristic fastball there from Kenny. puts it at an 0-1. Second pitch, fastball in there for strike 2. And what will Kenny do here? The 0-2 pitch with 2 down. Swing and a miss. Lena Ang down on strikes. Kenny's 60th of the year. And that'll end this game on a great end of a game there for the Fish. Finally putting some stuff together. Great pitching performance, fantastic defense, and even more timely bats for the Fish. Gives them that win, brings them up to 8-3, drops the Bombers below 500 at 5-6, and surely will drop them out of that 4th place spot. The Fish hoping to extend their lead now over that 2nd place tie that's happening. We'll see those teams lose later on in the evening. But from Parks Department Field number 2 and your Mighty Fishes, we appreciate you all for stopping by and watching this game. Your final, Fish 4, Bombers 2. See you next week.